Hi and welcome to week 3. This is a big week because we're going to begin drafting our rough draft for our essay that we've been drafting so far. The first thing you'll need to do when you log into class is to check the messages section over here to see if I have sent any notes to you. Then please review your week 2 feedback to see what feedback has been sent to you. Now, to begin week 3, you'll click on the week 3 link. You'll see we have our discussion as usual. Please post your initial response no later than Thursday, and your 2 other responses need to be posted by Monday. All right, then we have several learning activities. Notice we have you working on some citation practice, and other resources here are for your benefit. So be sure to go through all of them. Then let's take a peek at what is required for our rough draft. We're going to be writing an essay of a rough draft of 525 words, okay, give or take. Make sure that it's a 5-paragraph essay. You'll have an intro paragraph, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. You've worked hard to develop your thesis statement and locate some research for it. This week is when it starts coming together. The easiest way to pull it together for me is to put it into an outline format first, okay? As I was writing my outline this week, I realized that and looking at my research more in depth, I noticed that I'm going to change my thesis statement a little bit. And if you need to change your thesis statement a little bit, go ahead and do that. This is a fluid process. So my thesis statement for this week is: parents should procure standard vaccinations for their children to safeguard the health of children, the general public, and the financial future of the U.S. That's a little change, that end part there. So notice I'll have my introductory paragraph, okay? That's going to start with a hook of some sort, preview upcoming topics, and end with my thesis statement. Then I'm going to have my first body paragraph. My first body paragraph should echo the first point listed in my thesis statement: how vaccinations safeguard the health of children. I'm going to talk about how that happens, and I have already pulled some research. I pulled a paraphrase out from my week 2 library research worksheet. I'm going to use that in my first body paragraph. Okay, my second paragraph, my second body paragraph, is going to be focused on how vaccinations safeguard the general public. Okay, I already pulled my direct quote from the research that I located that supports the idea on that too, on that topic. My third body paragraph then echoes the third point in my thesis statement about safeguarding the financial future of the U.S. And I pulled some research for that too, and I pulled that right here. All right, so this I've kind of roughed out in my head what I'm doing. What does that look like in an essay? In your assignments section, there's an APA template. Go ahead and download that, and then you can just rewrite over everything in it. This is what it's going to look like when you rewrite over everything. And in my case, I've chosen to title my essay "Anti-Vaccine Equals Anti-American." Okay, then I'll put my name and all that jazz right there. Then I'll have my title repeated. Then I'll have my introductory paragraph. Again, it's going to end with your thesis statement. In this case, you can see I have my 3 points listed. I have, for your benefit, color-coded them. All right. Then I'm going to be ready to start my body paragraph. My first sentence in my first body paragraph should be a topic sentence, okay? And that topic sentence should introduce the idea that vaccinations are going to safeguard the health of children. Okay, then I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Then I'm going to include my research right here. One expert source reports that people opting out of vaccinations, in addition to increased travel abroad, has led to the reemergence of measles in children, which was once eradicated in the U.S. and Canada. Then I go on to explain that, well, measles and all this other diseases that are beginning to populate really impact the long-term health of children, and this is why, and da-da-da. Okay, so then move on to my next body paragraph, which is going to be about how vaccines safeguard the general public. In this case, I've gone back and I've pulled some information from a cancer survivor who can no longer receive vaccinations, okay? Because he is at risk for that, and they won't work with him. So I've gone back and I've summarized his situation. I've pulled a direct quote from something he said, and I've included that as evidence, okay? Then I'm going to talk about what his experience means to the impact and how it impacts my argument. Then my third body paragraph is going to focus on that third point in my thesis statement, which is that vaccines safeguard the financial future of the U.S. Okay, I've pulled some research for that. I'll explain it. And then do remember that every body paragraph should have a topic sentence and a conclusion sentence. Okay, then I will start my conclusion paragraph, and my conclusions paragraph should begin with a rephrased thesis statement, sum up any points that I've left out there, and then end with something that leaves the reader pondering what I said, or it leaves the reader maybe with a call of action to do something. So I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, take care. Bye-bye.